Is Wednesday, January 21st. We are here for the Orange Township Board of Trustees regular meeting. Ms. Batten, can you please call the roll?
Trustee Faust?
Here.
Trustee Knapp? Trustee Ringel?
Here.
Trustee Faust, no, I'm Trustee Faust. Trustee Ringel, no, good night. Trustee Knapp is unable to join us this afternoon. Okay, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, do we have any general announcements?
I have one. Goodwill is having a coffee at the Evans Farm Leasing Office Thursday, January 29th at 8:30, so 8:15, I believe. So please feel free to stop by and learn more about all that Goodwill does for our community.
And I attended that last year, and it was incredibly informative, just as far as the donations that we give, and then if they're not able to use them or certain times, it was fascinating. So I highly recommend you attend if that's something that interests you. Sydney, do we have any? Business breakfast sign up is through the first week in February. The business breakfast is February 11th. Is that correct? 10th. February, definitely Tuesday the 10th at 7:30 a.m. It is at the Ohioan this year, which is where it was last year, just a different name. So we are super excited to partner with them. We get to be in their new ballroom space, which has been recently renovated. So it's a great opportunity for our businesses to learn more about what's going on in the township and to see their renovated space for potential future use for your organizations. So please RSVP for that. We are capping it at, do you remember how many? 150 registrations. So there is a limited amount. I know we were close to 100 like a week ago. So sign up quickly if you're going to attend. Anything else? Okay. State of the township. Just kidding. Public comment. Is there any public comment? I'm losing it. Okay, hearing none. State of the township. Administrator Bonnie.
Thanks. My one time a year I get up here. Well, good afternoon, trustees and fiscal officer. I am proud to announce that our 4th annual State of the Township is complete. Eric, I'll just kind of wave with the slides. As a reminder, this report showcases our achievements throughout the year. The achievements are then categorized by our core values, which are community, pride, results, development, and stewardship. At this time, I'd like to share a few highlights, and obviously everything I share is thanks to this incredible team here and the staff that is out here. Okay, so let's go into community. I'll just kind of run through some things. Some is shown on the presentation, some is more specific in the report that's available on our website. But we continue meeting with our community volunteer boards. We do have our public safety, veterans, parks, and events committee, and actually with the last newsletter, we've gotten a lot of interest, so really excited to add more volunteers to those boards. Our website improvements have continued. We have a new page for our sponsorships, a voting system for our Light and Fright event, and changes to our meeting calendar. And when you'll see after this, we'll actually pull some statistics that our website company was able to put together. We continued hosting our annual events, such as the Business Appreciation Breakfast, the 4th of July Parade, Founders Festival, our Fire Department Open House, and our holiday event. This year in particular, we did add a 5th, or 2025 is when I meant when I referenced this year. In 2025, we added a 5th event, the Veterans 4-miler race. We continued our economic development efforts with tools such as our JEDs and soon to be created new community authority. We were able to add 3 businesses into the JED, which is a joint economic development district, and that is a subject to an income tax. So excited to have those business partners within our community. Our fire EMS team held 21 CPR classes and 56 touch-a-truck events. So again, making great efforts in reaching out and helping our community. Something new, we did install our first tornado siren in the northwest part of the township, and that is a huge thanks to our partnership with Olentangy Schools. We do have it budgeted to try to get a second one more in the southwest area of the township, so hoping to have that in the next report. I will go, I think the next slide is maybe community again, and then Eric, if you can go to the, Okay, so this is, it's kind of hard to see, but hopefully you'll be able to see it when you're watching it on our YouTube channel. This is an interesting pool that the website said. So this is the top page views. No surprise, our aquatic center is one of the highest viewed pages. I think something really interesting to share is Trick or Treat, given it's like a one-time thing. We had almost 5,000 reviews on that. So I think just generally, our website is very well used, and it does represent, you know, our population's roughly almost 40,000, and we had 40,000 views. So I don't know if everybody watched it, but I would say I looked at it, but I would say a good chunk of our community takes advantage of our resources. If you go to the next page, Facebook, we did 415 posts. The views were over 1.6 million and 13,000 reactions. You know, comparatively from other townships, I would say we have a much more robust media platform, so really proud of that. And again, this shows that people read it, use it, like it, look at it. The top post, this is Facebook, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so these are the top Facebook posts. So some of these, which is number one, it was a shared post that was a really popular hit. So again, people are looking at this, they're looking at it, and okay. I think there's some students that are coming in. Hello. All right, let's go to the next slide. We'll talk about the events. This is another thing that they pulled up. So we did 4 blood drives this past year, which we try to do now on a quarterly basis. We partnered with SourcePoint on volunteer days. That was great for the staff to interact with the SourcePoint, and we did Meals on Wheels preparation for them. And it also highlights our 18 sponsors that we had last year for our events. Okay, Pride. In July, we held a push-in ceremony for our new ladder 361, our additional roads levy pass. So thank you again to our Orange residents. This year, we are expanding our roads maintenance program significantly. We had promotional ceremonies for the following in our fire department. Lieutenant Chris McKenzie was promoted, and then we also had 3 firefighters who completed their probationary year: Hunter Terry, Brandon Hewitt, and Tim Reshley. And then another thing just to share again is membership at our North Orange Aquatic Center remains popular with 3,851 season passes. Results, our next core value, we began our planning and financial efforts for replacing our Station 362, which is currently located in a 1984 building that initially served as Township Hall's offices, and I actually just learned it was a meeting space for the previous volunteer fire department. So really proud of that project, and it should start construction in the next few months. Our annual road maintenance program in 2025, we were able to maintain 20 streets. And then zoning, we've been pretty consistent with our permitting. We had 611 approved permits, 2 new commercial builds, 42 resolved zoning violations. And I think the next slide is the graphic that Mr. Gayetzi puts together for us to kind of visualize all the permitting that they do. All right. Development, we have continued our robust fire department training program. The chief and his team have conducted over 6,610 hours of training. Some of the things to share is 12 of the firefighters were certified for rope rescue operations, 5 firefighters certified as rescue swimmers. That's a huge importance, especially with our Alum Creek Lake. And then more fire instructor and fire officer training. And then I do want to shout out our new hires that we had in 2025. I mentioned the 3 firefighters that recently passed their probationary period, in addition to Hunter Gray, who we moved from part-time to full-time firefighter, Andrew Campbell, Abigail Binns, Bill Jones, Lily Hohenbrink, Sam Woznica, and Phil Miller. So continue filling in those roles. There were a couple positions we created, but can't emphasize enough how good of a team we have. Our stewardship, the last core value, we transitioned to MailChimp to create a more unified and effective way to share information with our residents. I think that has been very well received. We actually started this is new for this year, but finally starting to help with some fiber communication, as that's been a really important issue within our neighborhoods. The township earned $1.45 million in interest through our investment strategy, and that was an average interest rate of 4.35%, thanks to our incredible fiscal team. Yep. We received roughly over $1.8 million in grants for projects such as Bell Canyon Phase 2 and East Powell Road Trail. So, and we thank Silas for continuing his efforts and, getting grant money, because we can't do a lot of these big projects without them. And then another highlight was a big undertaking, but we did complete digitizing our cemetery records into our new software system. So, getting a lot more in the 21st century. If you recall, the previous year we started digitizing just minutes, permits, a lot of records, and I think at this point we have almost everything in a digital form. Again, the State of Township can be found on our website, and that we highlighted some of the achievements in our last newsletter. Anyone have any questions?
Thank you for putting it together, and staff if they helped. If people
They
did
did.
receive the newsletter in the mail, last week I believe I got it, there is a link right on that front page if you want to read the whole thing, if you don't want to search for it on the website. So
Thanks.
hopefully everybody reads the newsletter that we send you.
Another
Yes.
year of very impressive accomplishments.
Thanks.
Thank you to all the staff that helped to make that happen.
Yep. Okay, we'll let Michelle get back to her seat, and then we are going to discuss the fire levy. So, Donna, do you want to lead the discussion on this one?
Yeah, I can, or,
Michelle, we also have the students for the race.
Oh, did you?
We do that before the levy.
We might have some new public comment if
Yeah,
you want to.
that'd be great. Do we have public comment? Are you guys going to speak? Okay, why don't you come up and please state your name and address for the record, and then
Their
share.
presentation is in Dropbox. Okay. It's the HOSA.
What is it called, Cindy?
HOSA.
So just please speak into the microphone, yeah. There we go.
So like by address, what do you mean, like a house address?
Yes.
Okay, so hi, I'm Nirvan and I live in 2882 Abbey Drive. It's just a couple of miles from here.
Hi, I'm Rahil. I live on 7803 Shepherd Drive.
Hi, I'm Ishan, and I live in 1920 Sotheby Crossing.
Thanks. I think we're pulling up your presentation.
Is that the slide you'd like?
Yep, okay. So just some context, we are currently juniors at Olentangy High School and we are organizing a 5K race to raise money for leukemia awareness. So the money that we raise will ultimately be donated to LLF, which is a society that helps leukemia patients and raise awareness. You can see on the screen our budget. So we are going to be charging $15 for everyone who wants to participate. $7.50 of that, $7.50 will be gone to making a custom T-shirt for everyone who participates. I believe we made some updates to the slide just this morning. So $3 will then go to get food, like some drinks like Gatorade and water for everyone who runs the race, and the rest will be donated to the Leukemia Society to raise awareness and support all of the missions that they do to help people suffering with this disease. Sure. We can go to the next slide. Sure.
All right. This is our main shirt design. We'll be giving this to all of the competitors who participate in the race as just kind of an award and a souvenir to take home.
Next slide.
So this is the sign design that we will be using throughout the 5K, and it will notify the runners or the walkers what the path to follow.
And then that's the flyer we're going to be distributing to kids in our school as well, some of our friends in different schools. Just one thing to point out, the date should be February 8th on that. That's our bad, we messed up with the date, and we're going to be giving that to people so they can sign up. They can just message us and then we'll sign them up. They can pay on the day of the race. All of this race, we're going to be doing it in such a way that we don't go in any of the roads. It's solely going to be on trails at Glen Oak Park. That's just a couple of miles from here, I believe. I think think that's it. Like a plan or something? I think that's it. So like the purpose for us coming here is just that we are requesting to get the fees waived off so we can donate as much money as we can to the Society for Leukemia Awareness. And we also have some costs like the t-shirt and the drinks and refreshments that we need to provide to everyone. So that's all.
Okay, thank you, guys.
So we did formalize the waiving in a couple meetings ago, but they students did want to come out and present and say
fantastic.
thanks. So
Yep.
I think we're good to go, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. We
Thank you for
appreciate you sharing your race with us, and good luck on raising the money. Okay, now we're good for fire levy?
Yeah, so I can start it off. So our last board meeting, we did start discussions on our additional fire levy. As you recall, our current 2 mil levy that it expires at the end of this year. So that is something that we need to reconsider at this time. The idea is to put this on the May ballot. So in front of you today, we have resolutions to pass of necessity. It's a two-part series, so we do assuming it works out today, we pass a resolution of necessity, and the following meeting, we'll do the resolution to proceed. We did provide a couple options for the board to consider. However, I believe the staff and fiscal officer, we did review the financials, and what we would recommend today is to pursue a new 2 mil levy for 5 years. And so the calculations that we put together, if you want to show, the spreadsheets, yeah, I think I already pulled them up.
Probably Excel.
Yeah, there you go. That one's first, good. So I think a lot of the questions were like, how does the timing work? Why 5 years? And I don't know if Donna, you want to go into this more, but Donna was the one that put this together, and I think it shows all of our levy situation. Yeah, I don't know.
Renewing, or actually, it would be a new levy. So it would be the same millage, but we would put it on the ballot for 5 years. And then next year, when the main 7 mil levy comes up, it is on a 3-year cycle. So that levy would be placed as a renewal, just as it is. And once that 7 mil levy ends, at the end of that cycle, it will line up with the 5 years that we are presenting today. So currently, the millage in Orange Township, 1 mil will generate, oh goodness, there we go, roughly $2.2 million. So we believe that with the 2 mills at the 5 years, we will put us in a much better position. We will have been in the new station. Station 2 will have been completed. We will roughly have almost 2 years there. We will have also started and quite possibly completed Station 1 renovations as well. So that will give us that opportunity to see what that budgeting process looks like. What will the future needs of having a brand new station up and running, having Station 1 renovated, and hopefully in a much better position. And then we would look at that point in time, combining and then moving forward. Also with the hopes of getting the main 7 million levy out of that 3-year cycle and into a more manageable 5-year cycle, so that the department can kind of have more of a, get onto more of like budgeting, have a better budget processing.
One of the things that I looked at when I met with Donna and Chief and Michelle, and I'm sure Mike looked at this as well, is should we combine now, and what does that look like? And as I took some additional time with the spreadsheet, the gist of it is that if we combine the levies now, it brings in more money than we need. So
Yes.
the state legislator, the auditor, they're all very specific that we can only have a 75% carryover. So it would put us way above that. So that's something we want to make sure that we're following in the guidelines from the state and the county. So that's part of the reason we.
Yeah, I came to that same conclusion. I think there was also the concern about giving up the state reimbursed rollbacks, which is a legitimate concern. with extending the 2 mil additional levy out to 2030, hopefully we'll have some better information, as Fiscal Officer Batten was saying, from the state on changes to real property taxes to see if there will still be a state reimbursement by then, at which point it may make more sense to do an additional levy, combining this smaller levy with our larger levy to at a smaller rate, so that we don't over collect, but won't have to be concerned about losing out on a state reimbursement, instead of that going to the residents. And I believe 5 years helps us to meet the time frame to get these levies back to the same cycle, similar to what we were considering for this year for combining the two levies. We also had some unanticipated capital expenditures over the past 3 years. So those, I think, contributed a little bit to our need to consider extending this rather than renewing the two levies together, or combining the two levies together this year.
And I think we do all desire, electeds and staff, desire to have less quantity of levies on the ballot for longer periods, like more like 5 years versus 2 or 3 years. So we do understand that we're putting this on for 5, and then, as you said, is it next year we come back and we?
Yes, next year we will present the 7 mil levy just as it is. There will be no
Just
changes
renewal,
whatsoever.
so no-
Yep,
Right.
yep.
No tax
Yep.
increase.
And-
No tax increase, no, at the 3 years, and then they'll line
And then
up.
they'll line up.
And then we can reevaluate, looking at budget, where the state has gone with the rollbacks and our needs with all of the new resources that we have.
And then to be fully transparent with the community, we will be coming to you with a levy again in the fall, but that is
Yes.
parks and roads.
Yes.
So that's a different bucket, as I like to call it.
Administrator Bonnie, if you were to remove the 2 mil levy that we're discussing currently, I think we can show that we will have a shortfall in
2028.
calendar year 2027. So our carryover into 2028 would not be enough to meet payroll.
Correct. And as just again to remind the community, we only get paid twice a year, so February, Marchish, our tax bills are due in February as homeowners, and then it takes, a number of weeks before the money comes to the township. However, we still have to pay everybody's salaries in January and February, even though we don't get our paycheck until March. So it's important for us to be able to carry over a certain chunk to be able to keep things rolling.
That is correct.
And I know Trustee Knapp wasn't able to be here, but she did want me to pass along that she was also comfortable with this approach and is supportive of the additional 2 mil levy for the 5 years.
Great.
So it is good to have a unanimous approval for these situations.
Fantastic. Okay. I think we'll get to the actual resolution. Is it here now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is actually in front of you, so that one is, the one in your template is for the 2 mil.
Yes, it is
Okay.
the resolution of necessity. Once that's passed, we'll file that with the auditor, and they will certify it. And then we'll bring it back to you with the resolution to proceed.
And then remind us when it commences and when it collects.
So it will start in '26,
So commence in '26.
commence in '26 with first collection in '27.
And is that here, Donna?
Yes.
Okay.
And and then next year's levy,
Yeah, next year's
will be
levy
voted
is
on in
over
'27, it'll commence in '28,
28. If you go
collect
over-
in '29.
We can't change the terms. of
Right,
that.
exactly, I'm
That's
just,
free.
right, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, if you go over to the left.
It's, so
Michelle,
the
yeah.
7 mil
Over there.
levy collecting, commencing is slightly different
Yes.
than this one.
Yeah.
So that's part of the,
Now, also,
Fun.
there is,
Make them confusing.
there is an example of a property value of the 563, what that would cost. Now, I would like residents to be aware that currently we have this levy out there, so it's not going to be the additional 300, what is that? I'm sorry, guys. 394. It would be the difference between what your home valuation was back in '23 when it was originally voted on. So, yeah, that's what that figure there is. And
but it
then-
will say the wording in the ballot language basically is going to tell you as if we didn't have it.
That is correct.
So it will say
Yes.
probably
It will, yes,
394.
yes.
Even though we do have to be aware that we might already be paying 300 or 360. I don't know what we're
Yes.
currently paying.
Yeah,
but-
that charge will expire this year,
Right.
and then this would be to have a very close, similar charge go on for 2027.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions or comments, discussion about that?
And this new cycle will keep, it will keep fire 1 year, and then it will follow with roads and parks the next year, once we get to the 5 years and move forward. If we have that, we're
So
fortunate enough to
hopefully
move
we'll
forward.
have
Yeah,
fewer
right.
levies, not on the
Exactly.
same years,
Right.
so there will be less requests from residents.
Correct. Okay. We're good to proceed with resolution?
Yes.
I make a motion to approve Resolution 26-025, a resolution of necessity to levy an additional tax in excess of the 10 mil limitation for the purpose of providing fire and EMS by revised code 5705.03, 5705.19I, 5705.191, and 5705.25.
Second?
Roll call. Trustee Ringo?
Yes.
Trustee Faust?
Yes. Okay. Consent agenda.
I don't have any agenda changes, but.
Okay, great. Sure, gotcha. All right, do we have any questions on the consent agenda?
I do not.
You guys, do I just mic you? Do I just read this?
I think usually we read A and B.
Approve the consent agenda and read both resolution titles.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I make a move, or to approve the consent agenda for the regular meeting held on January 21st, 2026, which includes Resolution 26-026, approving the electronic record of the proceedings from the organizational special trustee meeting held on January 7th, 2026, and the zoning hearing ZON 24-05, zoning code rewrite held on January 20th, 2026. And Resolution 26-027, approving purchase orders, then and now purchase orders, and blanket purchase orders as listed.
Second?
Roll call. Trustee Ringo?
Yes.
Trustee Faust?
Yes. Okay, development and zoning report. Robin?
Good afternoon, trustees. Hope you're ready to talk zoning all over again. I'll run us through our hearings and meetings report rather briefly. We did have our meeting yesterday evening on January 20th for the zoning code rewrite project. That public hearing has been closed, so the board has 20 days from that date to render a decision. I think we're expecting that to be on the February 3rd agenda, but stay tuned.
The regular trustee meeting.
Correct. Our next hearing is scheduled on Tuesday, February 3rd. That is an amendment for the Parkway Plaza project at 79 Parkway. They're near the intersection of Parkway and 23. That is a requested amendment to the development plan to add approximately 2,000 square feet to their supermarket building just in the southwest corner of their site there. The Board of Zoning Appeals does have a scheduled meeting in February. That is February 19th at 6 p.m. here in this room. There are 2 residential setback variances on that evening's agenda. The first is for a patio into the 35-foot rear yard setback. The second is for an egress window into the 12.5 side yard setback on Orange Lake Drive. Beyond that, no zoning meetings are scheduled. The only other 2 items on the zoning report are the still tabled Bandata Parktown property on North Road and the tabled Hidden Oaks proposal on South Old State. I do not have any updates on those projects at this time.
Okay, thank you. Operations report, Silas?
Thank you, Trustee Faust. Operations report today, the annual mileage certification from ODOT is up for consent. As a reminder, this is just an annual update that we do with our road inventory. That includes some additions, some subtractions based on various things that happened throughout the previous year. That is set by ODOT and certified by the County Engineer's Office. So just seeking consent on that. And a second consent item would be a group from Walnut Creek Elementary School requesting use of Glen Oak Park for a 5K event as well. They've requested the waiver of the rental fees for their event.
any concerns with waiving the rental fees, do you?
I do not.
Okay. We like to encourage people to run.
Any concerns with the consenting off the
We'll
mileage?
take the roads, fine.
Okay. Just wanted to double check.
Okay, nothing on the fire report, chief? Not today. Okay, fiscal office report, Ms. Patton.
Yeah, good afternoon. Back on March 5th, we were presented with a liquor license notice for Owens Field, Inc. At that time, the board trustees passed a resolution. It was 25084, requesting a hearing with the liquor, the liquor control. My office had filed that notice with liquor control. They received it, they just did not acknowledge it when the license came up for their approval. And they were awarded the liquor license without our hearing. So at this time, we do have a couple options here. We could let the Liquor Control Board know that we would like to have their initial license revoked and have our hearing with them. We just need to be aware that we need to have a really good reason, okay? Do they not conform? Do they have building violations? Has the sheriff had a lot of interactions at this property? And it is my understanding that none of those things exist. So at this time, we have presented a resolution to go ahead and request the rescinding of that hearing and let them move forward without revoking their issued liquor permit.
And in the time that I've been here, we have typically opted to not hold a hearing.
That is
The only
correct.
reason we did with this one was because there was some zoning violations that were Right.
It might have been
signage.
building and safety,
Building
I
and
believe.
safety, yeah.
And I did contact building and safety, the health district, and the sheriff's office to see if there was any outstanding issues with them, that either of those agencies, and there is not.
Yeah, so at this point, I'm comfortable rescinding the request for a hearing.
As am I.
And I think that's the resolution that we have
Yeah.
here in front of you.
Yeah, and it's, the permit that was issued was the ability to sell beer, wine, and low-proof mixed beverages in sealed containers for consumption off of premises. If that makes any difference to anyone.
And then did you want to do?
Oh,
The
and
last
then,
one?
yes, and then the final agenda item for the fiscal report would be the approval of an expenditure with regards to our Wreaths Across America event that we held in the fall. It would be acknowledging and approving the $621.68 that the township incurred as an approved expense.
Okay. Do you have any questions about that one?
I do not.
Okay. I make a motion to approve Resolution 26-028, a resolution rescinding Orange Township's, Delaware County, request for a hearing regarding liquor permit number 2455462.
Second?
Roll call, trustee Ringle?
Yes.
Trustee Faust?
Yes. I make a motion to approve Resolution 26-029, approving certain obligations incurred on behalf of the township by an employee to an organization serving a community purpose.
Second?
Roll call, trustee Ringle?
Yes.
Trustee Faust?
Yes. Okay, our administration
Thank
report.
you.
Michelle?
Sydney?
Sydney?
I thought she was gonna pass it off.
Oh, I'm sorry. I would like Sydney to present the first three items of the agenda.
Great, go ahead, Sydney.
Good afternoon, board. I've got a few things on the agenda for you. The first one is a resolution for an agreement with Race Penguin for the Heroes Not Forgotten race. That'll be held on October 10th. We worked with them last year. We'd like to continue that relation with them. The second one is to accept a donation from CME Federal Credit Union. They helped us purchase the wreaths for the Wreaths Across America event. We also have another donation from Orange Fellowship Church. And the last agenda item I have is the agreement with the Ohio Inn Hotel and Event Center. They are donating the space to us, and we will be paying for the food.
Okay. Do you know if the race route, you might not know this yet, if the race route will be the same as last year?
Most likely.
Okay. I'm just curious. Okay.
There might be a little movement just because of the construction of the
Oh, that's
station,
right,
but I don't think it should shift the route in its entirety. It's just the start might have to, you
Yeah.
know.
The staging area might be
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, parking might have to be, like, participant parking might have to be somewhere else.
Right.
I'm always happy to adjust the map.
Yes.
Fantastic, thank you. We appreciate your,
And thank you to CME Federal Credit Union and Orange Fellowship for your support.
okay. Make a motion to approve Resolution 26-030, a resolution to authorize an agreement with Race Penguin for the Heroes Not Forgotten race to be held on October 10th, 2026.
Second?
Roll call, trustee Ringle?
Yes.
Trustee Faust?
Yes. And make a motion to approve Resolution 26-031, acknowledge and accept donation. This is from CME Federal Credit Union.
Second?
Roll call, trustee Ringle?
Yes.
Trustee Faust?
Yes, and make a motion to approve Resolution 26-032, acknowledge and accept donation. This one from Orange Fellowship.
Second?
Roll call, trustee Ringle?
Yes.
Trustee Faust?
Yes, make a motion to approve Resolution 26-033, authorizing the Township Administrator to execute an agreement with the Ohioan Hotel and Event Center.
Second?
Roll call, trustee Ringle?
Yes.
Trustee Faust?
Yes, and thank you to the Ohioan for your continued partnership.
I'll finish up the last two items. So continuing on with the administration report, we do have some obsolete items. During the holidays, we like to do some spring/holiday cleaning, I guess. So this is just a handful of obsolete equipment that is ready to be either auctioned off or discarded. And then following that, we do have a resolution to waive the noise exemption for a handful of events that Evans Farms, in particular Standardized Brewery within Evans Farms, is having. I know there's been conversations to revisit the noise ordinance, but we just kind of wanted to get this set in stone in case that takes more time than expected.
And so just to keep everybody up to date on where we are with noise and sound and speakers and all that. So our understanding is that Evans is working with a sound engineer who has designed a speaker system that the goal, and they assure us it will make the sound less obtrusive to the neighbors who do not live in Evans Farm. And also, it's really, the sound will be directed to the participants and people right close to the area, which that was not happening last year with wind direction and speaker placement and all that kind of stuff. So we haven't yet got confirmation from Evans that speakers,
Yeah, I'm not
we don't
sure
know
of
when
the
they're being
timing,
installed,
yeah.
let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But our understanding is that it should be done before any sort of events, any of these events happen, is my understanding. But we did want to go ahead and waive the noise resolution guidelines for these particular events, standardized because of how last year went, is hesitant to book any sort of outside music events so as to protect themselves legally, because there was an altercation, and we want to make sure that everybody stays chill. So that's why we are, at least that's why I'm okay with, pausing the noise resolution for these 4 particular dates.
Yes, and hopefully, like Trustee Faust said, we'll have the noise issue at Evans Farm addressed long before May. And the township is also procuring its own noise detecting equipment so that we can do some analysis around the township about some of the potential noise nuisances that we have to better analyze them.
Which we have that already, and Cindy and Michelle and I went out last week and started taking data. It was fascinating.
We sure did.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's great in 20-degree, windy, cold weather.
It was fine. I stood outside. It was fine. All fine. It was fun. My engineer hat was.
But it is a
enjoyed.
good tool for us to understand, I know the sheriffs were the ones to recommend the noise meter that we ordered, and, in case we get other complaints in different areas, we can have a better understanding of what these noise levels are.
Yep.
So there's 4 events, and I think another safety measure, and really for the events itself, they need these ahead of time just so they can book their music, and these kind of events take some time to plan, so they didn't want to proceed with the planning efforts until this was going to happen.
Correct. And so just to be verbally, the dates are May 23rd, which is Memorial Day weekend, June 6th, July 4th, and September 12th. That is their Oktoberfest, is the September
Yes.
one.
We'll need to fix a typo in that resolution heading for 2025 to 2026.
Oh, thank you.
Same with the resolution number, sorry.
Oh, good call. Thanks.
26:35 p.m.
Okay.
So those are the last two resolutions I have.
I make a motion to approve Resolution 26-034, finding certain personal property not needed for public use, obsolete, or unfit for the use for which it was acquired to have no value, and ordering it to be auctioned on GovDeals, Inc., be discarded or salvaged.
Second?
Roll call, trustee Ringle?
Yes.
Trustee Faust?
Yes. Make a motion to approve Resolution 26-035, a resolution to waive the provisions of the noise control resolution, Resolution 13-309, for certain events in 2026.
Second?
Roll call, trustee Ringle?
Yes.
Trustee Faust?
Yes. Okay, I don't believe we have any old or new business. Okay. We are going to move into executive session. So I make a motion to approve Resolution 26-036, enter into executive session. We're going to adjourn into executive session pursuant to Ohio Revised Code Section 121.22G8 for the purpose of considering confidential information related to the marketing plans, specific business strategy, production techniques, trade secrets, or personal financial statements of an applicant for economic development assistance that is directly related to a request for economic development assistance that is to be provided or administered under Revised Code 715, 5709.73-5709.75, and/or Revised Code 715. The executive session is necessary to protect the interests of the applicant or the possible investment or expenditure of public funds to be made in connection with the proposed economic development project. Invited to attend are trustees, Fiscal Officer Batten, Administrator Bonney, county engineers, and legal counsel.
Second?
Roll call, trustee Ringle?
Yes.
Trustee Faust?
Yes. Okay, we shall return.
Yes.
Okay. I make a motion to approve Resolution 26-037, return to regular session.
Second?
Roll call, trustee Rinkel.
Yes.
Trustee Faust.
Yes. I make a motion to approve Resolution 26-038, meeting adjourned.
Second?
Roll call, trustee Rinkel.
Yes.
Trustee Faust.
Yes, meeting adjourned.